Good morning. The return of league football proper today. Not that Spanish La Liga 2 isn't league football proper, but it's great to see the big boys return. Let's have a look at yesterday's La Liga 2. Were there any angles? Not really yesterday. Important wins for Las Palmas and Castellon. Two of the sides I focused on. We could have a look at Castellon. When did that red card arrive? Was that the catalyst? Well, it wasn't a catalyst. It's 89th minute red. Job was already done. And they put a cherry on top at the end. Castellon. So with the right teams, at least, for any potential trading outcome. Now, you'll see how damaging this has been. 2 consecutive draws for Malaga now. They are in a spot of bother. Las Palmas are breathing down their necks. They're only 2 points away. Castellon breathing down their necks, only 2 points away. Now, Malaga could have had a tilt at the top two pretty much without Las Palmas and Castellon breathing down their necks, had they converted those two most recent matches. How damaging is this at the end of the season? We will see. Eibar starting to win as well. No coincidence. You're going to start seeing D's and W's for the majority at the top. And at the bottom, you're still going to see those struggles, as you can see. L's and D's. This is why they're not going to get anywhere, Zaragoza. Just got a single draw. Leganes, single point. Well, keeps the gap to 5. But it was all about, I think, the top yesterday. Had Granada or Almeria landed a blow, you could have had a tradable outcome. Wigan and Leyton Orient, 0-0. Well, if you looked at where these two were in the league, would you have taken that 0-0 on? And you'd have had some worry issues there. 46 points for Wigan, for example. Leyton Orient, just above on 50. That's done Leyton Orient no harm at all. Psychologically, they're in the 50-point barrier now, and you're highly unlikely to be relegated on that. In fact, the only side really that can threaten is Exeter from now on. Looks as if the gap between Rotherham and Exeter is getting too lethal. Cambridge led, scored the opening goal, and on that regard, had I been up for that match, it would have been a no trade. But Swindon, oh boy, 90th plus minute equaliser. Cambridge. Is this fatal? It's not fatal. But when you're odds on at home, and the last time they played, 2 losses and a draw for the top 2, and you still can't take advantage of that. 2 consecutive defeats for MK Dons, you still can't take advantage of that. It's a very frustrating time for Cambridge United with only 1 win in 4. They could have been happily in the top 2. They still maintain an automatic promotion by the skin of their teeth, 2 goals only. This could prove fatal if it's not sorted out soon enough. Champions League women, well, I'm working on, I've got a new app which I hope does trading advice. Trying it out. The great thing about AI, it is improving markedly. You just have to sit on your hands and just wait for the technology to get better and better. This is a new app. The ideal is to look for trading angles. So trading angle, stats to watch, traders tip. So the value, and again, I'm trying to get AI to look for value as well, because trading, you can also call it value in play betting, can't you? Because what I love to do is to back a short priced odds on favourite at home at over evens. If I can get that, that's a great value, particularly in the first half. Barcelona won 25 of 26 meetings, and it's absolutely spot on. Look for Barcelona win to 0 or under 3.5 goals. Well, they were far too emphatic yesterday, but or win to 0. That's the way to create value in a short price match. a win to nil. Remember that in the future. I have mentioned it in the past. I would look at 3 scorelines, win to nil, between 4-0 and 9-0. Under 3.5 goals, a little bit ambitious, probably because the market or AI is thinking that it's job done already. Lyon and the Wolves. In-play strategy, if the game is 0-0 at the 30-minute mark, the Lyon to qualify price will offer significant value. Well, how did this match eventuate yesterday? Let's have a look. Lyon women. Latest score. So 1-0. 1-0. So that was very much... where did all it go? Oh, so it was 0-1 to the Wolf to start with. Must be. Yes, 1-0 to Wolfsburg to start with. So had Wolfsburg scored at any point in this match, you'd have got yourself a great trading angle. Why? Because Lyon would have had to score 2 goals in this particular match to bring the aggregate back to parity. The game is 0-0 at the 30-minute mark. Well, we nearly had that, but they did get the goal in the first half and early. Well, yeah, a low block. Next goal mark at around the 60th minute mark is viable if Lyon's frustrations begin to grow. Well, it was a 16th minute goal and that was it. So thankfully they got there before. But do let me know if this is the kind of thing that you would like. Lay the draw opportunity if the deadlock remains past the 70th minute. So what this AI is giving you is specific entry points. If that's the kind of thing that you like, it'd be interesting to see how accurate it remains over the course. But it gives you some ideas. These aren't matches that I would ordinarily select because my gap in knowledge of women's football is great and the liquidity is also a potential issue. Well, it's great to see with today's trading angles some familiar names returning, and with it we've got some background of form to work off. It's not what we have in the nervy World Cup qualifiers, and Spanish La Liga 2 is just a little untrustworthy, isn't it, outside of the big guns. We have a tendency in Europe for the groups to split into championship and relegation groups. We see this in Scotland as well. It tends to come quite early as well. So we've got the relegation group here, which makes it difficult to trust these Reed and Altac matches because these are 2 of the bottom half sides. Not really top priority. Similar story in the Jupiler League. In-play stats if playing at all. I might keep an eye on the Chinese Super League. This season has just begun, but we do have an emphatic home favourite in Chengdu Rongcheng against Qingdao West Coast. It could be a league to follow. Used to be the case that all of the big guns would go, big teams would go there, big players would go there for a bit of a retirement pension pot top-up, but now they're all off to Saudi Arabia. Chengdu find themselves top of the league with 2 wins and a draw in their 3 matches so far this season. Not enough form, of course, for us to get excited about. Qingdao, 3 matches played, 1 win, no draws, 2 defeats. But it's there, 12.35. Croatian HNL 1 League, 2.5 the favourite, should have you thinking, no thank you. Danish First Division, up to you if you want to be playing the goals angle there. And we're off to the Championship League 1 and League 2 today, so I'd like to stay up because the kick-off times as well. This is a Friday, so it must be a holiday in the UK, is it? I'm not sure. Because it's the Songkran next week in Thailand. Oh, Good Friday. There we go. So that's the reason. So I will be seeing you at 3 p.m. or earlier. I've done research for members, but the research is only very basic. It's based predominantly on league position and motivation. Middlesbrough against Millwall. Well, Middlesbrough are starting to do a Malaga, and it's not helping their cause. Lost, draw in their last 3. They're getting away with it so far, but they've allowed Ipswich the belief, even with 3 draws in 4, that Ipswich can break into that automatic promotion spot. Ipswich have a game in hand. So this is a potential season changer for Borough, relegating them to the playoffs rather than automatic promotion. And with Millwall in 4th place, licking their lips to go into the automatic promotion spot, this is no gimme for Borough. You saw Cambridge United, similar odds yesterday. We could see a similar scoreline. Millwall trying to keep it tight, take advantage of a Middlesbrough dipping in form. Birmingham find themselves on 53, and if they've got any ambitions for Europe, they've got to win. Because the entry point remains at 63, but they are 10 points shy. Blackburn Rovers, well, it looks as if they're in the wrong end of the table. Indeed, they're just above the relegation zone. No, they're not. 4-point gap, so they can't be caught at the moment. But, of course, would love to be picking up points. Charlton and Bristol City, 2.45 the favourite. Give that one short shrift. Leicester City, we know all about them. Must-win territory for them, particularly with that points deduction. Home advantage today for Leicester. Can they take advantage? Well, look at their recent matches. Awful stuff. Only the 1 win in 5. When you start and you need to pick up points, they are not being punished. You can see their fellow relegation threatened sides are not winning either. But all it needs is for Oxford, Sheffield and Portsmouth to start the W's, and for Leicester to continue not to win, to be in all sorts of bother. Preston and 52 have a do we or don't we, 11 points to the playoffs. Is it a forlorn hope? 3 points, of course, could change that to 55 as long as Southampton don't win. So there's plenty brewing today. Norwich, been highly impressed with Norwich, who are just shot up the table. 4 wins in 5, and again, 57 takes them within a realistic tilt at the playoffs with a win today. They're the kind of side you can hope to depend upon at home. But they are playing a Pompey in desperate need for points, 1 point above Leicester City. Real poor goal difference as well. So if Leicester get a draw and Portsmouth lose, Leicester will go out of the relegation zone. So an important match for Portsmouth, but I think they're up against it, against a very much in form and very eye-catching Norwich. Oxford United and Hull, 2.32 the favourite. QPR Watford, 2.55 the favourite. Matches to just treat with a little bit of caution or play via the in-play stats. Sheffield United, season petering out, 13 points to Southampton. It's preparation for next season, you'd suspect. The Swans, where do we find them? 52 points, again, mid-table mediocrity. Any push for the playoffs will require a winning sequence for the Swans, but it's 2 consecutive defeats for them. Stoke and Sheffield Wednesday, well, it's Stoke's chance to end what has been a poor sequence with a win against Sheffield Wednesday, who tend to be the side you take points from. Simple as that. So that would be one I would be keen to look at, but the motivating factor for Stoke isn't really there for me. There's no carrot or stick at the moment. West Brom and Wrexham, boing boing. Not so this season. Where are the baggies? I can't see them. Oh, there they are. I was looking up there. Boing boing. I don't think so. 43 points is must-win territory for the baggies today, and for different reasons it's must-win for Wrexham, who are just outside of the playoffs on goal difference to the Saints, who I don't think are playing today. So this is an important match for Wrexham to get a psychological edge over the Saints with a win. They are winning in turn. They're not drawing Wrexham, so you could lay any late draw here. It's an interesting match with West Brom odds on favourite. I wouldn't be agreeing with that myself, given the huge carrot of a playoff place for Wrexham. They're going to be playing above expectation today. Coventry, 1.61 home favourite, dependable as ever under Frank. Derby County, a win could take them at least on parity with Southampton and give Southampton something to think about when they play next. Negative goal difference, though, for Derby, were they to clinch the win today. Must take points off Coventry. Coventry have plenty. Derby desperately need to change that scenario. So I've done all of this research for League One and League Two as well. We can have a quick look through. Don't forget, do treat these kind of matches with a bit of disdain. 2.25, 2.3 the favourite. It's a very inconclusive market. Add that to the fact that it's English League One, which is untrustworthy even when the stats are going your way and you're fighting a losing battle. Unless the in-play stats are emphatic, of course, or we get a red card, or a 0-0 sequence at half-time that we can take on. So Doncaster, 2.2 the favourite. Be a little bit wary of them. Not seeing either Doncaster or Mansfield. Well, look at that relegation 6-pointer really for these two today. Blackpool and Exeter, it's must-win territory for Exeter away from home. Two aside, just above them, that is a relegation 6-pointer. That's one you would be starring to look at a very, very late the draw. 3 points, huge. 1 point, adequate. 3 points required for Exeter, who will exit the relegation zone on goal difference. No, not on goal difference, on 1 point difference if they get a win over Blackpool. Fascinating match. That's the kind of one you look at this stage of the season. Bradford, 4th place, 65 plus 3 is 68. I don't think that Bradford can break into the top two. This is all about now for Bolton, Bradford, Stockport and Reading. An exercise in remaining in the playoffs. You've got sides on 59, 57. These are your main rivals. So now for Bradford, it's not about automatic promotion. Similar with Bolton away at Plymouth. This is about maintaining your position at the top. Burton and Barnsley look to be mid-table. Barnsley, very little. 11 points to the playoffs, very little to interest them. Burton, a little bit too near the relegation zone. But with Exeter and Blackpool playing each other today, this is an opportunity for Burton to think, can I zoom up the league? They've had some interesting results, Burton, including, I think, a recent win against the odds against Bradford and Northampton. So they might surprise Burton today. Huddersfield and Reading, well, we know about Huddersfield. They are up on 57. A win today takes them to 16 with the entry point at 61. Huddersfield, the Terriers, must do something today. Add odds on at home. Lincoln City, top of the tree, are playing AFC Wimbledon. Where are they? Mid-table mediocrity for Wimbledon. An opportunity for Lincoln to just establish, well, they can't be caught, can they? It's only a matter of time until they get automatically promoted. Plymouth and Bolton. Plymouth are one of those sides who can break into the 60-point barrier with a win. Crucial at home today against Not Lob, who are third. And realistically, if they've got any pretensions of breaking in to the top two, they must win, get themselves near to that 70-point barrier as quickly as possible. Rotherham and Stevenage looks to be a relegation 6-pointer, with Rotherham remaining in the bottom three with a win, but they must start accumulating points because it looks to me as if Exeter are the only side who can realistically escape the relegation zone. If you're collecting the L's like Northampton and Rotherham, you are in a spot of bother. Stockport County and Wycombe. Stockport County find themselves with a desperate attempt to retain the top 6 berth, or their 3rd to 6th berth. It's highly unlikely they'll break into the automatic promotion places. So it's all about survival against a Wycombe who must take points off them. This is why it's 2.2 the favourite. It's like Blackpool and Exeter. It's a must take points. Must take points. It's a non-negotiable for Wycombe. You've got to keep Stockport on 63. You've got to get yourself on 62. Simple as that. You've got to put a stop at the points accumulation and add some yourself. So this is vital 6-pointer, vital 6-pointer. Those would be the standout matches for me. League Two, and we're running out of time, 20-minute mark. So a quick zoom through League Two as well. And we haven't even touched the surface of the others. So I better leave this. Members will get a full investigation into League Two. French Liga, Paris Saint-Germain, obvious call. Sporting Lisbon at home as well. AFS, I think, are at the bottom in Spain, in Portugal. So they look gettable as well. So I'm going to be up and around for members on Telegram today, that's for sure. Got French Ligue 2 I can investigate during my Telegram session for you all. Irish Premier Division, First Division, Rayo Vallecano against Elche as well. This is one to focus on. It's gone over the 20-minute mark, which means I can't post it on Instagram, which is why I'm keen to keep it 20. But let's quickly move through. I will see members of Football Trading Profits from 12:30 today or earlier. It's a vital set of must-wins in the Championship League One. And we haven't touched League Two, but I have done the research for members. Have a great day. I will see you definitely this Good Friday from 12:30 onwards.